McKenna, the former chairman, resigned what is it, a month ago at the State Fair.
These people, I have to tell you, are as angry at the Republicans as they are at the Democrats. They're They feel betrayed, and they feel betrayed because why? Because the Republican Party is not communicating with them. And SB600 is another, in this state, is one of the reasons why they feel betrayed. They're not being communicated with, they can't vote. They can't vote for me as a committeeman. I'm appointed. That shouldn't be.
You can run, can't you?
No. No, I'm appointed.
There's nobody out there opposing Senate Bill 600 except the troglodytes in the Central Committee. The people are not against it at all. What you need to do is send out one signal to all of us, and that is to get the National Committee to follow their own Rule 11 and quit supporting Kirk. And the state party ought to stay out of primaries. We would all be glad to see the party have tons of money, but we don't want to see the party telling us who the hell the candidate's going to be.
You have personally invited me to look long and hard about whether I want to remain in the Republican Party or not. I know that you give very good talks at these kind of meetings, and you ask for respect, and yet the next day I see in the Tribune Rick Pearson quoting you as saying Lawson should look long and hard to see if he still wants to be in the Republican Party. And so the whole idea of trying to tap down this unrest, I think Jack has it exactly right. It's so easy to mend all this together with meaningful action of just give us a vote, we'll go to work, and we'll give money, we'll give our lives.
Yeah!
The second thing is exactly as John Zahm says, let the people decide who we want to have as our nominees. And as he laid it out, it couldn't have been said better. Randy Hultgren, wonderful person, but that might just be my preference. Let's just have a fair decision come out, just as we need a fair decision for party chairman when it comes up in March of next year. All these elections need to be fair. We have to stop putting our thumb on the scale of fair elections.
Imagine if we took a poll in this room, you'd find 99% of these people are in favor of Senate Bill 600. There's been a lot of disappointment.
Wait, you're kidding.
No, I'm not. There's been a lot of disappointment. There's been a lot of disappointment with
I was
how...
in the room next door. I thought it was the...
could you please address that issue, because as long as it has to be addressed, the Senate Bill 600 issue. What is your plan to deal with that issue?
Chris, where does it stand procedurally?
It's passed the Senate, and despite every effort from every person who's been in your position to kill it, when we passed it out of the Senate unanimously, had it agreed to on an amendment 2 years ago, and then passed it again 44-13.
What was the vote when it passed
Republican
this time? It passed Senate this time?
44-13, as I just said.
This time?
Yes.
This time. And everything that the establishment, everything, the question is, what is your position on Senate Bill 600?
Can you tell me what the percentage?
We're going to try to advance it forward in the veto session.
Do you have a Republican sponsor in the House?
We have three,
Who is it?
and we have two Democrats. The question is not where are we in the process. The question is, what is your position?
Chris, that's what I'm talking about, respect. I want to know where it is in the process. I want to know.
You should, if you don't know it, you should know it.
It's ready for
one
a
of the
vote.
most important things to the grassroots.
No,
No.
Republicans are holding
Tom
it up.
Cross is holding
Wait,
it.
speaker.
No,
He's not.
Tom Cross is, no, we've talked to
Cross
Mike
is minority.
Madigan, he's not holding it up.
Mike Madigan
Mike said
is
he
happy
did not.
to advance it forward. as long as the Republican Party is not standing in the way, the establishment
They have the minority,
of the
they can't, I
Republicans.
mean, Mike Madigan can do whatever he wants.
You know the practical reality.
The practical reality is he can do whatever he wants. Right?
So-
He's got the vote.
What do you want? Will you call Mike Madigan and ask him to put this bill on the floor? Will you pass a resolution today at your state party meeting calling on Tom Cross and Mike Madigan to pass Senate Bill 600? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, I won't, and I'll tell you why. And I've had this conversation before. With the merits of it, you know, I do see there are, and especially in some of the other provisions, Doug, I know you guys were working on when there was a compromise bill, I think at one point.
There was no compromise.
No. Mike, wasn't Mike Fortner working on something?
No.
There was no compromise
There was
bill.
no-
I mean, you're right, you're taking compromise, taking it the wrong way. I meant there were some other things in the bill.
No, he was
No.
disappointed. He was willing to work, but then he found that all that stuff is talk. The people in this room, you know, you talk about, you want to ask all of us for more money, for more work, you want us to help build the infrastructure, you want us to believe that just because we say we're the party of ethics, that means that we are the party of ethics, want to build more infrastructure, you want our input, but you don't want to allow us to vote. And you want our vote.
That's not true, Chris. I think what, come on, Doug, give me some respect. I'm here taking your heat. You don't need to snide at me. I think it's not so much an issue with, because I understand now more than I did even a year ago, Doug. I think you caught me at the airport at 6 in the morning. I was funny, I was flying through, I used to travel a lot. I'm going through Germany. It's like, I'd been out for 24 hours. I get this phone call from Doug Ivanhoe. Do you support Senate Bill 600? I'm like, what is this? I give him credit. He's very much an advocate, and he was very good at it. But I think the reason I'm not going to do that now is it's more kind of a political reality than I think in the veto session we're going to have a lot of argument about the tax cuts and things like that. And I think, Chris, with all due respect to you guys, I think Madigan is a little bit playing us with this to use this as a wedge issue. I think he is. I mean,
It's not true.
Well, will you issue something saying that?
I'll make.
Will you say that publicly, that Mike
Will you
Madigan
say that you
is
support?
playing
Will you
games?
say that you support Senate Bill 600 and you want Mike Madigan to stop playing games? Because I've had a personal conversation with Mike Madigan, and he does not stand in the way. You know as well as I do, if the Democrats wanted to pass something that affected only the Democratic Party, Republicans would give them deferential treatment. Go ahead and pass whatever you want. Republicans are the same way. If Republicans are passing something that only affects the Republican Party, Mike Madigan says Republicans, if they want it, then they can support
Do you
it.
think Mike Madigan really cares about Republicans? Anything?
He would do that.
I think
Now, listen, Mike
If you would call
Madigan's all about
He would
power
do
and
it,
process.
Pat.
He's holding us. To answer your question right now.
Right, Madigan is not the problem.
Test
it's
him.
not.
Just test him.
The thing is, right now, and this is going to give me a big boost, I'm ready for it. Right now, I do not support it. I think the timing's bad. I just think
It's always that time for democracy.
well, that's a nice catchphrase, but let's be realistic. We're down there talking about raising our taxes.
Timing was bad, it was stolen from us 25 years ago.
Well,
4 years ago.
25 years ago, I was a junior in college, so I apologize for that. But
You can correct the error of 25 years ago.
right, but let me ask this:
No vote, no money.
Doug, let's do this.
I'm
No vote, no money.
The Republican Party in the state until it's changed.
That's fine.
So will you be willing to issue a public statement from the state party on the state party letterhead or in a press release, taking to task Republicans that have received money from Acorn, and also taking to task Republicans that vote for tax increases and expand gambling?
Well, okay, we have a party, a big party.
We all want to see the party do well,
So do I.
but as long as we're completely disenfranchised from the process, as long as we're treated like subjects instead of members, we can't play a part. And supporting members like, supporting guys like Mark Kirk completely disenfranchises us, and it disenfranchises your very platform.
Exactly.
I'm not subject. I believe it's Harold, and that's part. I hope you don't feel completely disenfranchised.
Just go today and say at that meeting that you are in favor of Senate Bill 600.
Yeah,